first and foremost, excuse the backdrop. I am at my window because I've been wanting to start a podcast for freaking forever now. And oh my gosh, I've been wanting to start a podcast for freaking forever now. But I always was like, oh, I don't have the mic. Then I got the mic. I was like, oh, I don't have the backdrop. And I was just like, kept making excuses like, oh, I don't have time, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, you know what? Like, I can't keep making no more excuses. Like, we have to get this show on the road. Hello, how are you, beautiful people of the world? Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. Oh my gosh, I'm like nervous. I'm like, what is this going on? I feel like I'm in an interview about to get hired for corporate or something. As most of you guys may know, my name is Gloria Albaron, and I am a 24-year-old God-fearing Christian woman. I was gonna tell you guys what I do for work, but okay, I need to get it together. Yes, how are you doing? How are you guys? Let's just, like, how are you guys doing? How are you feeling? How have you guys been? It has been so long since I have recorded anything for YouTube. It's been so long since I've actually, like, put the time and the effort. Y'all, I give props to those who take their effort and record every day. It is not easy. It is not for the weak. It's not. We are welcoming a new page, a new era, because you know what? It's time. Join me today on my journey of my life and what I have been up to. These past 2 years have definitely been a big turnaround for me. I'm definitely a different Gloria than what I used to be 2 years ago. Y'all, excuse me. I feel the padding. If you guys have dresses, this just has like already built in like a bra, and the padding is not. I got baptized 2 years ago. I stopped smoking. I stopped drinking, which has been definitely a journey. It took me, I want to say, about 2 years to completely stop smoking, to not craving it, to not wanting it. And it was a thing of where I prayed about it a lot. I used to think like, oh, weed is not really wrong. Like, knowing who God was. I knew who God was. I went to church. I grew up in church. So I already knew who God was, right? But I was like, well, smoking is natural. Smoking is comes from nature. So why is it wrong? Now, for medical reasons, 100% I would recommend it. But for not medical reasons, for just like wanting it as a hobby, and I was like, I'm not like, again, like, for those who smoke, look, I'm not judging. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You do whatever you feel like. If you want to smoke, get high, do whatever you want to do. That's you. But personally, it was something that like I said, I asked Jesus. I was like, Jesus, like, is this wrong? Like, I keep telling myself it's not. So I had a battle for that for a while, until, you know, when you get closer to God and when you start talking to him, you start really like hearing him. And what I mean by hearing him, a lot of people hear him differently. It was just like, it was a thought that would come up to my mind, like super, not random, but just like super loud, like super clear. And it was always obviously a positive. And that's how I knew it was from God. You know, we have like our voice, the enemy's voice, and God's voice. So it was like kept being very clear for me. Like, yeah, it's not good. Like, you know, I was trying to grow spiritually, and I was trying to grow my relationship with God. And as I was doing that, I was like, you know, asking him to show me everything that is not good for my life, or anything that is not gonna help me, you know, get closer to him. So I prayed about that. And I slowly stopped smoking. I gave in a couple of times. It was not, like I said, it was not something like that happened in a couple of months. It took me about almost 2 years to completely stop. I did like start craving less. And you know what's so funny? God is so funny, because I would ask him like, hey God, like, I don't want to smoke, but sometimes I would get that craving back. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give in into like my temptation. So I would hit up the plugs, or I would, not even to say it like that, but I would like look for it, and literally I could not. Every person that I would like ask, like, nobody texted me back. They didn't have none. Like, it was impossible for me to conseguirlo. ¿Cómo se dice conseguirlo? Conseguirlo. Oh my gosh, I need to study some of my Spanish, because I'm not trying to become a yo no sabo. Like, I'm too grown. I'm 24. I'm gonna eventually have kids, and I need to teach them something. Excuse me. I couldn't find it, and then like the craving would go away, and then I was like, oh my gosh, like I really was about to smoke. Like, why was I actually gonna do that? But like I said, it takes time. With the whole drinking thing, I still was drinking. I wasn't clubbing every weekend because I was a big club girl. I was a big club girl. Like, I used to club Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like, I would drink on a Wednesday, like on a freaking Monday. Like, I'd be like, it's Mondays, 5 o'clock. Like, let's go get a drink. Let's go to margaritas. You know, go to Taco Tuesday and get like the specials on the margaritas and stuff. So I was always drinking. That took me a little bit longer. That took me up until a couple of months ago, actually, where I have not drank alcohol. I've been sober for, oh my gosh, I've been sober for a couple months. I don't know the exact date, but I know it's been a couple of months since I've been sober. Because even for my birthday, I didn't drink for my birthday, which was August 5th. I didn't drink for my, oh no, I lied. I drank in June, because it was my friend's birthday. But I wasn't drinking as frequent. But that was also something that took me a while, because I loved the party life. Like, girl, I was for the streets. Not like guy-wise for the streets, but like for the streets, like clubbing, partying out to eat. Like, I just could not be home. Like, girl, I was for the streets. Anyways, nothing wrong with being for the streets. You know what? Like I said, do you, and no judgment. Like, I'll go with you. I just won't drink, but I'm gonna be there with you, with my friends, which barely now. But anyways, I'm definitely a long ways from where I used to be, and I only want to keep growing closer to God and, you know, building. We are his children already. Like, we have to choose to let him be our father, but we are his children. Maybe I may be saying that wrong. I'm single. I've been single for 3 years. It will be 3 years next June. So I've been single for like 2 years and some change. When I first got out of a relationship, like a year after, or like maybe 7 months after, I had like my sneaky link. I'm actually practicing celibacy now, or trying to be abstinent. I'm not trying to have like sex for no reason. Like, unless you're gonna be my husband and we're gonna marry each other and we're gonna go to church together, please stay out of my way. Like, I had the sneaky links. I had like the guy that we would like go out to eat, but then we would always end up hooking up. Like, I already had that, and I don't want it now. And I feel like nowadays it's so common, and it's so okay with like being with somebody without a title, like, oh, that's my man, but he never asked you out, or stuff like that. And it's so common to like have sneaky links, and it's okay to be dealing with like people's baby mamas and baby daddies while they're still with their baby mama and baby daddies. Like, no judgment, again, no judgment, but it's just not my cup of tea, and I just don't want that. I'm waiting for my habibi, my Christian habibi. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me stop. I'm sorry, but like a Christian, like if I could find myself, if God, if you want me to have a Christian habibi, like I will be more, like I would just be so grateful. Like, oh my gosh, anyways, I want to be a submissive wife. I want to like take care of you and love you. Like, I want to be that. So I'm very naturally very masculine. Like, I'm very alpha. I'm an alpha woman. And sometimes it's hard, like, not a lot of times, like, it's been rare where a guy can overpower my alpha, like, or overpower my masculinity to where I want to be submissive to you. And that's a whole nother conversation about being submissive. Like, I think being submissive is definitely, it was never easy for me. I'm the oldest out of 3. But I grew up taking care of everybody's kids, like aunties, friends of my mama's friends. Like, I grew up taking care of everybody. So I grew up very independent. I started working at a really young age, you know, especially coming from like an immigrant family. It's kind of, you know, all my immigrant families are like my first generation in America that come from immigrant parents. Like, you guys know the struggle. You guys know it's like always not easy, especially coming from a single mom. My mom was a single parent growing up, so it was a little bit of a struggle. There was times where, you know, she was like doing what she can, working to pay the bills. And, you know, me as a younger person, I wanted some things, like I wanted shoes and I wanted clothes and stuff like that, but she couldn't give it to me. So I had to start working at a young age, which I'm not mad. I'm very thankful that she taught me to be a very independent, hardworking woman. I'm forever blessed with my mom. Mommy, I love you. Te quiero so much. But yeah, I grew up very independent, had to work. Like, I just kind of was always like, oh, I can do it for myself. Like, oh, I don't need a man. I don't need a man. So it was always hard for me to be submissive. But I do want to be that. I do want to be a submissive wife. A Proverbs 31 woman. For a long time, if you guys know Proverbs 31, all of my people that read the Bible out there, it said waking up before the crack of dawn. And I used to be like, who is waking up at 5 in the morning? Because I'm definitely not. Like, I'm trying, and that's another thing that I'm like gonna work on, is actually waking up at 5 o'clock, going to the gym. Like, just look, I'm gonna be a Proverbs 31 woman, but I'm gonna wake up at 8 a.m. But we're trying on that. So I feel like my lips are kind of chapped. Let me go put some chapstick. I'm still team auntie over here. I'm 24. Oh my gosh, I'm 24. What the freak? I'm 24. Honestly, when I turn 20, there is a freaking bug flying around my light. It's because it's dark time outside. Yeah, I don't know what we were talking about. My mind just totally kind of went blank. Anyways, let's keep this video short and simple and cute. I wanted just to introduce my podcast, that I'm gonna definitely be disciplined to uploading a lot, because I mean, every week, at least once a week, because I think there's no reason for me not to do it. A lot of time people are like, oh, I don't have time, and I personally learned that was just an excuse. Now, like, if you're a mother, then that could be a little bit different. Like, I can probably give you some props because I'm not a mother, so I wouldn't be able to know if it is difficult or not, or if it's an excuse. But for us, like, kidless people, like, we need to stop using the excuse like, oh, I don't have time. Yes, we do. Like, you can do anything your mind put your mind to. Like, literally, you can do anything you put your mind to. I don't care what nobody says. I'm over procrastinating. I'm over, like, telling myself that I'm gonna do something and then I don't. So, Lord Jesus, Holy Spirit, we just thank you. I hope you guys have an amazing, blessed week, blessed day, blessed life. La 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 la, bye, bye, bye.